Hello, Artist Skincare friends and family. Getting ready for a live here on our Friday afternoon. Down here at the spa, I've got a beautiful collection of things to show you today. And we're just waiting a few minutes to see who joins us. Oh, here we go. Everybody's jumping on. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's so good to see you all. Today, I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite ingredients. And I decided at the last minute this month that I needed to do a special so that all of you could try this ingredient. And what made me get so inspired was spring. And over the last week in Sacramento, the almond trees have been blossoming. So we have almond blossoms everywhere. They generally blossom the last week of February, first week of March, and it is so beautiful. So in celebration of that beauty in spring, I'm running a special this week on the website. You may have already checked it out. We're doing a double points on anything with mandelic acid in it. So mandelic acid comes from almonds. It's antibacterial, antifungal, and it's brightening. It also stimulates collagen production, and it's anti-inflammatory. So it's just such a great product. It is an acid, but it's not a real abrasive acid. It's very gentle to the skin. A lot of different uses. So whether you're an acne client or you're a healthy aging client like me, there is a Mandelic for you out there. And so I just want to take a couple minutes and share where and when I use these different Mandelic products that you might want to give a try. Now, if you're one of our acne clients, I'm sure you already know the amazing benefits of Mandelic acid when treating acne. So we always are using that with our acne clients and have amazing results. Anyone who has blemishes, or maybe you get breakouts from shaving, or you just get a follicular kind of breakout wherever the hair follicles are, around the hairline, the forehead, or the hair follicles on the cheek. If they get inflamed and they break out, that's when you want to go for Mandelic acid. It is the best stuff. So if you just get mild breakouts, let's just start there with those with some mild breakouts. Maybe you're getting a little bit of breakouts from your mask wearing, or maybe you have a teenager at home, doesn't like to wash their face, but is getting breakouts. Maybe they even do a sport and after school taking their helmet off or stuff like that. They've got breakouts from all of that. The first product I want to show you addresses that person, and that is these Bion Mandelic 5% toner pads. Now, Mandelic toner pads are fantastic because you can carry them in your gym bag. They are something that if you just have a spot blemish or just need something every now and then, hormonal breakouts, you can pull these puppies out and rub them into the skin. They've got a wonderful little pad that has some extra texture in it, so it really helps that Mandelic acid to get down into the skin. Now, speaking about getting down into the skin, not all Mandelic acid is manufactured the same. So when you're looking for Mandelic acid, you need to make sure that there's an L on the ingredient list. It should say L Mandelic acid. If it doesn't have that L in front, you're not going to get the same benefits. You're not going to get the antibacterial, antifungal, clearing benefits that you're going to get if you actually make sure it has that L in front of it. So this is for your oily skin people. It's for the occasional breakouts, or if you're very oily skin to get some breakouts, you can use this twice a day. So some people will use these now and then, some will use them once a day, and some will use them twice a day, and they're very handy. Now, if you have a more normal to drier skin, but you still get some breakouts going on and you're sensitive, really sensitive, then check out Rhonda Allison's Mandelic Defense Lotion. This is a toner. She calls her toners lotions. That's a common in Europe. A lotion is a toner, or a toner is a lotion, something like that. But this Mandelic Defense Lotion is an amazing toner. It does not dry you out, but it completely clears up those breakouts if you're in that more normal, even going into dry skin type. We love this. This is our #1 selling active toner. So when I say active, it means it has probably some acids in it or vitamin C in it that are really going to go in and do some texturizing or changing of the texture of the skin. And so Mandelic Defense Lotion, I have some clients who start using it and after a couple days they're saying, oh, this isn't gonna work. This is just like, it's not that strong. You know, it doesn't have that make you squeaky clean kind of feeling. It doesn't feel like alcohol going on. So if you have a blemishes, you're kind of feel like, man, this isn't really working. But once they've been on this for a week, they swear by it. They'll never use anything else. It's like, oh, okay, so this is not disrupting your skin barrier, but it is healing your blemishes. So that's a good one to check out. Remember, we have 2 times points going through the weekend. So this is a good time to try any of these, right? We're celebrating the almonds blooming on the almond trees with this wonderful Mandelic Acid special. Now, for those of you who have more serious blemishes and a little toner pads aren't going to do the trick. Most of you, if you're in our acne program, then you've seen we're actually using Mandelic serums for you guys. So our favorite one comes from Bion. It's a Mandelic 8 and there's a Mandelic 15. You never ever start with 15 unless you're treating your chest and your back. Even if you're really oily, don't start with 15. You always want to be able to bump up a level if you know, if your skin's needing that extra push. So start with the 8, start with it once a day, and then bump up to twice a day. Then when you use up that bottle, if you're still getting blemishes, then bump up to the 15. Why do we love this? Because it's super gentle. It has azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is also really good for follicular type of acne, and it's also really brightening. So that after blemish dark spot that you get, this is going to help lighten that up. So those are our 2 very, very favorite Mandelic serums for treating more blemish prone skin that's needing more help than just a toner. Now, Mandelic acid though is not just for the acne prone. It's also for those of us who just have normal skin, who want some brightening, that want some lifting and firming, some collagen production. And so I want to show you my favorite one for that. My favorite one is from Rhonda Allison. It's called Mandelic Arginine. And look at this, it comes in all different labels. And so I just wanted to point this out with Rhonda Allison is that you can have, she has this green label, she has a pretty purple label, this one is in a smaller size and it's in the silver label. This product that's inside these bottles is the same. It's the same. So you can just pick out whichever size you want. You can pick out which color goes best with your home decor. We kind of joke about that, but I mean, it's serious. You can just pick whichever one you want. So Mandelic Arginine, this is something that you use in the morning, like maybe instead of using a vitamin C serum, you would choose to use the Mandelic Arginine serum because this would be more brightening, more firming. Maybe you do get occasional little blemish or you've got a little buildup in your pores. Mandelic Arginine will take care of it. So you use your Mandelic Arginine in the morning and you use it at night. And at night, what you put on top of it is Rhonda Allison's Synergy A. This is a retinaldehyde serum that actually has Mandelic acid in it. So I have some clients, so some of you out there may already be using Synergy A, but what you may not know is that Synergy A is not going to be effective unless you put a corrective serum underneath it. So you've got to put your Mandelic Arginine underneath your Synergy A. And guess what? Because both of these have Mandelic in them, they're both on the special right now. So who do I choose these for? When I have a client who's new coming to me, maybe they haven't done a whole lot with their skin and they've got a bit of a buildup on there. Maybe the skin looks like it's stagnant and just not breathing. Maybe the pores are looking a little droopy. The skin's just not firm and glowing. I'm going to start them with this routine. So if you're just kind of jumping in, getting used to skincare, and you want to work on some sun damage, and you want to just start retexturizing and firming your skin, this is where you start. You start with your Mandelic Arginine in the morning and again at night, and then you put the Synergy A on top of it. This is my level 1 a healthy aging level phase. So this would be my phase 1 with my anti-aging customers that I work with doing my consultations. So we'll start with phase 1. When they finish this, then I'm going to bump them up to the next strength and take them to that next level. But any of you just starting out, this is what I'm going to start you on. I'm going to start you with the Mandelic Arginine and the Synergy A. Fabulous products. Now, some people say to me, but I can't use retinol, or if I use vitamin A, I get little flaky skin, I get irritation. So let me give you a tip about that. One thing is that Synergy A has a retinaldehyde in it, not retinol. So retinaldehyde is gentler on your skin and you will not see that kind of reaction so often. The other thing I have to tell you is that when you see that, it's just because the retinol is speeding up your skin metabolism, and now all of a sudden it's trying to shed. So remember I talked about stagnation. When that skin is kind of stagnant, it's not breathing, all these dead skin cells are building up. Now, when we start speeding up that metabolism and releasing that stagnation, your skin is wanting to produce new, healthier cells. And those are going to rise up to the surface. As those rise to the surface, the old dead skin cells have to slough off. So if you're getting a sloughing from your retinol or a retinaldehyde, any kind of vitamin A, what that means is just that your skin is trying to shed those dead skin cells. You can slow that down. So if you don't like having that much shedding, slow down. Use your retinol less often each week, even if it's just once a week at first. Sometimes I'll have clients use it for 5 days straight. Then if they start to flake, then you take a break from it, and then you come back at it and you use it every other day. And then when you start to flake again, then you let it stop flaking, and then come back and maybe use it every 2 days. And you find what level works for you so that you're using it as often as you can without getting that flaking going on. Now, I have to tell you, I have one client, a very dear friend of mine, and she had beautiful skin, but she really has not taken care of her skin for a lot of years. She's now been with me probably 10 years, so her skin looks great now. But I have to tell you, when I first started her, first on Synergy A, and then we rolled up into Retinol Supreme, and she went on with just flaking and flaking for probably 6 months, on and off flaking, because we were just taking care of so much underlying damage. As the skin became healthier and healthier, that old skin had to just keep flaking off, and there was a lot of it because she was in her late 50s, almost in her 60s then. Actually, yeah. So she probably was like 55 then. She's probably 65 now. So she just had to keep working with it, being gentle with it. We have different fixes and different things that we can do to help make that process easier. But once she moved through that, and her skin was looking so great, a year later, 9 months, a year later, after being on her retinol and working through the little stages of that losing the skin. What is it called? The snake, when it loses its skin, it sheds. When you go through that shedding and it's finally done, she was getting all kinds of compliments on her skin, and now she is addicted to Retinol Supreme. And it's so interesting because with Retinol Supreme, which is a little stronger retinol than Synergy A, we don't usually start with it, it's one we work up to. But once you work through all those steps and your skin is really loving it, acclimated to it, you'll find that you could go for an entire year without getting any flaking from your retinol at all. But then all of a sudden, you'll just have a time where, all of a sudden you're flaking from it again. And it's just that you're in that phase. Last week we talked about seasons. And so you're just in that season of when your skin is shedding again. I think we go through seasons with hair loss, right? There's certain seasons where we're noticing more hair coming out. It's the same with your skin cells. You're going to go through seasons where your skin is wanting to shed and be renewed. And then you go through other seasons where your skin is happy and that shedding's not happening. So retinol is a really tricky and interesting ingredient, and it's really great to work with us to help you find the best retinol and to work through it at the right way, especially if you feel like you are allergic to it or it just never works for you. Get in on our consultation program. Let us work with you. Let us help you find the right rhythm and the right product for you so that you can take your skin up to that next level without experiencing that no fun, leathery flakiness that can go with that. So there is one more thing. Maybe Jason can grab it for me. I wanted to show you guys, if you get KP, I'm going to show you a Mandelic polish, and I'm going to show you a Mandelic lotion that you have to have. Now, many of you may not know what KP is, and good for you. If you don't know, thank you, Jason. If you don't know what that is, then you don't have to listen to this part of the talk. But KP are those little bumps that you can get on the back of your arms. Sometimes if they're really bad, they'll spread down onto your forearms. Some people get it on their cheeks. They're like little dry, hard bumps. We actually call it horny tissue because it's actually where your hair follicle is, and there's that extra follicles, cellular production that's going on that almost makes it feel like there's just little horns. Yeah, someone's on here, I've got that. Yes, it's like little horns coming out of your arms. So that's follicular. So of course we're going to think, okay, that's follicles. Let's think about Mandelic. And we're going to think Mandelic acid, but which of these products is going to treat that best? And I have to tell you, what we absolutely hands down love is this Mandelic polish. It's called Mandelic Perfecting Polish. This comes from Rhonda Allison. It's a really nice fine grit with lots of Mandelic in it. It's actually diatomaceous earth. So it has this really interesting texture to it, but you use that in the shower. You can even put it on dry skin. We were playing with it here in the office yesterday, showing it to some of my new estheticians, and we were just doing it on dry skin and buffing that skin off with this, and their skin was so soft afterwards. Everyone wanted to take a bottle home just to do their bodies with that. So this is the scrub that you want to use in the shower every day. And then there is a moisturizer that goes on top of it, and that is called, it's also from Rhonda Allison, it's called Mandelic Olay. I don't think you can really read it, but it's called Mandelic Olay, and I will put a note. I'll list all these things out in the comments. So Mandelic Olay is a moisturizer my rosacea clients love, but also people with KP love. So it's got Mandelic acid in the moisturizer. It's nice and creamy. It, like glycolic acid can actually be kind of burny on some people. It can really increase sun sensitivity, but this really smells good and it feels good, and you will love it if you have KP. So that is my little tip on KP. These are also in Mandelic acid, so they're on the double points awards. So I think that's pretty much it for all of my, oh, the other thing about KP, let's go back on that a bit. This is not popular. You're not gonna like me for telling you this, but KP is also associated with gluten. So most people that have KP are gluten sensitive. Now, you're not allergic to gluten. You don't have celiac disease, but the gluten is what causes that bumpy skin on the back of the arms for most people. So, you can choose to use these and keep eating your wheat bread. I love sourdough bread. Or, you can also play around with your diet and work on eliminating that and really reducing the amount of KP that you have. So I'm going to open up for questions now. Anybody who has questions about Mandelic acid, about retexturizing your skin, if you're just new to really getting started on taking care of your skin and you want to start doing some retexturizing, really firming the pores, firming the skin everywhere. Let's talk about that. If you are using Mandelic already and maybe you're an acne client, but you're not quite clear yet, or you're needing to know what the next step is, shoot your questions out at me. I'm here for you. I'm going to put on my readers so I can see. I'm going to move all my little products here out of the way and get up close. There we go. I'm just going to check back. I didn't see any questions yet today. I just saw people waving. I love you guys. And hellos. And one person, yes, that has KP, and now you know what it is, so you can treat it. And this person says, I love my products I purchased for my skin from you. I have a question about my neck. Ooh, I've been doing a lot of research and work on neck because this year has been my neck year. And so I totally can answer some questions about the neck. I'm really getting ready to start producing some little videos on how to take care of your neck and what's going on with that neck. So you're saying here, this is Dark Night of the Soul, says, in my mid-30s, I'm starting to see drying of the skin on my neck. What do I do? Yes, I know. So guess what? At your age, in your 30s, what you're seeing is dehydration and the need for detoxification. So what you want to get on your neck is you want to get hydrating ingredients on there, not oils. You want to get hyaluronic serums, vitamin C. Vitamin C is a huge humectant. So vitamin C serum on your neck, My Skin Buddy. This is when you want to get yourself a My Skin Buddy, and that will make a huge difference for you in firming and the texture of your neck, because that My Skin Buddy is really going to push your serums and moisture into the skin. And I even have some of my movie star clients who are thinking about getting a neck lift. They get the My Skin Buddy and they go, whew, you saved me on that one. So check that out. Using the My Skin Buddy for those is really going to help. Oh, you know what serum I really like for the neck for your age in your 30s is the Bion Collagen Revival. That is a vitamin C serum. Totally transforms the texture of your skin. When we first brought it in, we tested it just using it on our arms, and it transformed the texture of our arms because we were just playing. We're always wanting to see what can we really see with this product. So that would be a great product for you. And then tune in, keep watching for my videos. I've been showing people how to do my detox cleansing massage. So if you do that full 3-minute detox cleansing massage and really push the lymph down through here and really cleanse the skin well, that is going to firm your neck. We get a lot of stagnation in the neck and a lot of lymph stagnation. So if we can move that lymph along, drain it out of our neck, really cleanse this area well, really drain it well when you're massaging with your cleanser, you are going to see this area really firm up. So that's there. Here's Angelique Zhang. I want to start working on my back and acne. Which percent should I start with? You need to start with 15%. That will be the best one for you, and you're gonna want to use a scrub. So I know it's hard to reach with a scrub, but so there's Face Reality makes a Mandelic scrub, and there's also this polish. You can mix this polish with your regular cleanser if you don't want it to be quite so hard on your back. If you have any tender, inflamed pimples that might bleed, you want to definitely dilute this with some regular cleanser so it's a little smoother on the skin. But definitely the Mandelic scrub, and then you want Mandelic 15% from Bion. That's where you're going to start. Then, my dear, make sure you are using only free and clear detergent, and that you are not using any kind of dryer sheets or fabric softener. Even if they're organic from the health food store, those will cause your back to break out. So no more dryer sheets at all. And then I think we'll see some nice changes for your back. Okay. You're very welcome, Dark Night of the Soul. Okay. Oh, Lauren just checked in. Lauren Duvall. She's been coming to me since she was in high school. I adore her. It's good to see you. Hello. She's one of our acne clients who's doing really well. And she has those ups and downs. So we keep working with it, huh, Lauren? But yeah, Lauren's a friend of Mandelic, or Mandelic is a friend of Lauren's on here. Happy faces and thank yous. You're very welcome. It's so much fun to check in with you guys on these Friday afternoons and answer questions. So now I'm off to play. I have to confess that on Fridays when I finish this video, that's when I go home and I start my weekend. so I get to go play with my grandkids and my husband. So here's one more question snuck in on me before I hang up on you guys. She says, my daughter is 9. She's starting to break out. What do you recommend for her to start with? Okay, for a 9-year-old, the most important thing you can just start with is cleansing. They often don't know how to wash their face, so teach her how to do the full 2-minute cleanse and start her with a cleanser like Bion's anti-bac cleanser. That antibacterial cleanser is a lot of times with young adults, preteens, teens, all they need is that cleanser and it completely clears them up. So that's where I would start with her, is I would start with that Bion cleanser, and then I would buy her Rhonda Allison's E-Zinc protection cream. So she'd wash with that every day, put on her special E-Zinc protection cream because she's, you know, special and a princess, and start there. If you find that that's not doing the trick, it's either that she's not washing her face, because they don't, you know, they just don't. They'll do it until they'll wash their face till they're clear, and then they stop washing their face again. But it's either that she's not doing it or we need to step it up a little bit. So if that doesn't do the trick, then reach out to us. You can either do an acne consult for her or just reach out to our live chat, because AOS Live, they are all certified acne specialists and they know exactly what I would tell you for the next step. And so that's it. Yes, thank you. I will have a great weekend, and I hope you all have a great weekend too, and I'll meet you back here next Friday. Take care. Bye. Okay, everybody can be noisy again.